I started the recording from my side, okay? I suppose you will have the recording, okay? Okay, guys. So, if you are able to see my screen, okay? So, I created this empty table, and when I queried this table, I had this empty table and two columns as car ID and car name,
Your
okay?
screen has disappeared.
I don't know like why this is happening. Not because of recording, because this is a separate recorder I have used. Should not do that. Let me what I do. Let me share my entire screen. Okay, I suppose that should not have an issue. Yeah. Let me know, guys. If you are able to see. Yeah. Everyone, can you confirm? Yeah. Thanks, Priya. Thank you, Purnab. Yeah. So like we have a table, right? And if you are able to see, we have created this empty table. Now we'll insert data into this table. Okay, so insert data into table. We have already discussed, we have to start our query insert into and the name of the table, and after that you have to write values. Make sure that s should be there. Okay, and in parentheses. Okay, so these are the parentheses. Within our parentheses we need to provide the value what we want to insert. Okay, so we are providing 100. By default this will go to car ID column, and then we have a Mercedes Benz. This is a car name, so this Mercedes Benz will go inside car name. So this is the value of my second column. Okay, see the data type of this column is varchar 100. Okay, we are providing the string value. That's why we are putting inside single quote. We are enclosing this value inside single quote. Okay, so this is 100, then I put a comma, and then I provide the value for the second column. Okay, so this is one of my insert statement. Then I have another insert statement, 201 BMW, 301 Ferrari, 401 Lamborghini, and 501 Porsche. So these are the 5 rows that I'm trying to insert into this car table. Okay, let me insert this row. So see, 5 times like row affected, and if you query this table we'll get 5 rows, and these are the value that we have inserted it. Okay, now so I created this table car. Now I will going to create another table, and the name of that table is car description. Okay, so I'm creating a table with the name car description, and it has two column. One as a car ID, in which I will going to store integer value, and we have another column with the name car description, and the value that I want to store is varchar. Okay, if you see here, I have taken varchar 100. Here I am taking varchar 800 because the string that here I want to insert it was a small string, but here the string is larger string, so I increase the size of the value that I want to store. So suppose if I declared 100, and if the value or string that I am inserting into this column car name is more than 100 byte, then it will, then my this insert statement will going to fail, that we have seen. Okay, so that's why I have increased size during the creation of table only. Okay, so let me create this table, and now let's read data from this table. So as of now we have this car ID and car description. So this car description table has been successfully created inside this database AdventureWorks 2022. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll going to insert some data. So we'll going to insert car ID as 101, and we have some description. So luxury vehicle from the automotive German automotive. Okay, and 201, this is a car is BMW, and this BMW luxury motorcycle from the German automotive. So it is, motorcycle, it's for vehicle. 301, that is Ferrari, this is luxury sports car, and it Italian manufacturer. So these are the description that is there. What I will do, let me insert this data, and let's read data from this table. Again query this. So we have a 5 row and we have all this description. Okay, now suppose you got a requirement, and requirement is that that they need 3 column. One is car ID, another is car name, and the description. Okay, they need in the output 3 column: car ID, car name, and description. Okay, if you see, car ID and car name is present in the car table, but the car description is present in car description table. So this attribute or a column, I can say, is present in different table, and these two attribute are present on different table. In one output, if you need attribute, 3 different attribute from 2 different table, you have to go with the join. Okay, so if you see my select query, if you can see it here, so if I need car ID, car name, and car description, okay, these 3 column from 2 different table, one is a table car and another is description, I have to make a join. I have to go with the join. So let me write a query here. So the query will start from select. What I need, I need select from. I'm not writing what are the column that I need, but there are 3 column that I needed. I needed first column as a car ID. I needed a column as a car ID, so it is car ID, car ID. What are the other column that I needed? I needed another column, and the name of the column is car name. Okay, so I need car name as another column. And what is the third column I need? I need car description. Okay, now I need from which table? This car table. Okay, so I will write car. Okay, then since I will give alias as car, alias as C. So I need car ID from car table. Okay, so I will use alias as C. So I will write C dot car ID. C dot car ID means I want this car ID column from table C. What is the table C? The table C is car. Okay, now I need car name. Car name is present in car table, so I will write C dot car name. So this car name I want to get it from C table. What is the C table? Car table. Now car description is present in which table? It is present in car description table. So I will write it here, and I will give alias as CD. So this car description column I need from CD table. What is the CD table? Car description table. But to link this car table and car description table, I need to use a join. So for that I will use left join. Why I am going for left join? Because from this car table I need all the record, so that's why I am going with the left table. Okay, my left table is the first table that will come into my select query. So this is my select query. What is the first table that is coming into my table in my query? Car. So car table is my left table. From left table I will get all the rows, so I will get all the 5 rows. Okay, now so I will left join with which table? I will creating a left join with car description table. Like on which common column? So on close we provide common column. So what is the common column between these two tables? Car ID and car ID. We have a common column between these two tables, car ID. So what I will do, I will say c dot car ID equal to cd dot car ID. Okay, so what I'm trying to read, I'm saying give me car ID column, give me car name from table C, and give me car description from table car description, and I'm making a left join with the car description on these two common column. If I run this query, I will get this output. So I will have a car ID, car name, car description. Since my join is left join, I will get all the rows from my left table. So all these 5 rows are coming. So we have information about Mercedes-Benz, BMW, Ferrari, Lamborghini and Porsche. All these values are present here, and their corresponding description are present here. Okay, suppose you want to pass this query to your QA, like you want to use this query to your data analyst team, and same query you want to use it again and again. So we have this query, SQL query. You want to use this query again and again, you don't want to write every time. Then what you can do, you can store this query in the procedure. So what you can do, you can create procedure. So what you can do, you can write create procedure. Okay, procedure is nothing but a store procedure, but while writing a code we don't write a store procedure, we simply write procedure. And I am giving the name of the store procedure. The name of the store procedure is get car description underscore parameter, PARA. It's a stand for parameter. I'm giving an abbreviation as. So this is the name of my store procedure. As of now, I don't want to give any parameter. Like let's understand simple thing that will see parameter. So I commented this code. This code will not going to work. So I am trying to create my procedure. I have given the name of the procedure, and I have written as, and created a block. So block is started with begin and ends with end. So whenever you want to store any SQL query, you put your SQL query within begin and end. Okay, so this is my SQL query that I put it. If you can see, select car info and all that. So if we can create procedure once again from our side. Okay, so let's write create procedure. and you have to give the name of the procedure. So you can give any name, so like get car description. So you given the name of your procedure, and after giving a name you need to write as, and then you need to start your block. So block will start with begin and end with end. Inside begin and end you have to write your SQL query. So let me write my SQL query. Let me paste my SQL query. Okay, so this is a very simple procedure. So what I am trying to do, I created one of the procedure with this name, get card description. I written as, within begin and end block I pasted my SQL query. So what will happen, this SQL query will going to stored into this name. Okay, so let me run it. See, I have created my store procedure with this name. Now if I have to call my store procedure, I need to use exec command and the name of the procedure and run it. I will have same information. So
Thrown where this store procedure is saved into this object export.
this will going to stored in the meta store.
So we can't find it here on the
Yeah,
objects.
you can find, so if you see, you will be having a procedure also. So just let me see. So we have a table, we have a view, uh, storage, security, ideally it should be here. Just one sec. This is express edition. I don't think so, like if you are able to see, but so we have tables, we have views, inside programmability we have a
Store
store
procedure.
procedure. Okay,
Yeah.
and if you click it here, you will get the procedure that we have created it, get card description.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
now so this is a simple procedure that I have created it. Okay, so at the backend what is happening, the store procedure will going to store this query, and whenever you call a store procedure by this name exe get card description, at the backend it will going to call this SQL query, and it will going to execute this SQL query on the fly, and it will going to give you this output. If I simply run this select test, I will have the same output. So for showing you guys what I can do, let me run this two query at the same time, and we'll have exactly same output. See, no difference. So we have car name Mercedes, BMW, Ferrari, Lamborghini, Porsche, same thing, and their description is present here also. Okay, so what procedure will going to help us out, it will going to help us to increase the reusability of this code. Okay, so every time, like once ETL team has developed some complex SQL query and given to the reporting team, they don't have to write this SQL query again. Simply what they have done, it they have written complex query, and they have stored this query by this name, and whenever you have to call, you have to use exe command, and with this command you will be able to call your procedure. Same thing we were doing in view. Then why we need procedure, we need procedure because even you can parameterize your query. Suppose I don't want uh, all the car detail information. I want only the car ID where car ID is 2. Okay, so if I run this SQL query, c dot car ID to, just one sec, it is left join. Let me write
Our ID should be the number.
number, so it
Yeah.
it should be 101, or suppose 201. Just one sec. C dot car ID, not this. And suppose I write a where condition where C dot car ID equal to 201. So I written this my query. Okay, so I will have information about my this car ID 201 only. Okay, or if I write inner join here, we'll get only matching record from the both the table. So I will have information about only car 201. Or if I want the information about card number 203, 203 is not available. So I suppose 101 is available. Let me just check. Or 301 will be available. 101 is available. So we have information of only car ID 101 only.
But Dhruvan, why it is showing for all description in car description for all?
Let me just check.
Yeah.
Let me have this query, and let query both the table.
Mhm.
So we'll have this table and we'll also have this table. Yeah. Okay, so we have 101 one time, here also 101 one time. Okay, let me see my query. Select c dot car ID, c dot cname, cd dot car distance from car as c, inner join car description as cd on c dot car ID, cd dot car, see now, like here only c was there, right? See,
Okay. So it is an
car
ID.
description is a cd, right? Here only c was there, right? So it was making join with the same table. Okay, ideally it should be cd, right? Are you getting, Priyank, what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah, it was picking up from same table
Same table
and
only, and that's why
and
for all the table it was coming,
and
because
for car description it is showing only it has don't have any relation.
okay, so here we will put cd, right? And if we try to run it, we'll have only one output, right? And if you need for information about other car ID like 201, you have information of car ID 201. So suppose I want to filter some value, and I want to filter dynamic. Here I provided these are the static value. Static value means once I put in this query, if I want to change it again, I have to come back to SQL and change it. So suppose what I'm trying to tell, if I go here, I'm creating my procedure and paste this here. Okay, since procedure is already created, so if I try to create procedure with the same name, it will going to give error. So what I am writing create or replace. Create or replace means if there is no procedure, it will going to create procedure by this name. If I am using replace means if there is a procedure with this name, already existing in my database, see if it is already there, so let me remove and then try to create, then you will be able to understand. Okay, so I change my SQL query. Okay, so this is a procedure that I want to create. Okay, and with this name get car description, with this same name in AdventureWorks 2022, see this database I already have procedure. Okay, if I am trying to create it, it will going to give me error saying that already we have this object get car description. So if SQL saying SSM is saying object name, it means either it may be a table, it may be a view, it may be a store procedure. Since here I am trying to create a store procedure, so it is referring to store procedure. Object here means a store procedure. So there is already a store procedure by this name. So what you can do, you can write create or replace and then try to create, you will be able to do that. Okay, so replace here not supported, it's supported in Spark. What you can do, you can write alter. Okay, and it should work. See, I am able to alter my store procedure get car description. Okay, and now if you try to call this store procedure again, you will have now output like this, because we have provided this condition. But what my requirement is, while calling this store procedure, I want to pass the value of which car ID information I need. I don't want to hard code my code because if somebody I created this my procedure, if I give the name of this procedure to data analytics team to use it, when they call this procedure by exe command, they will always have this output only, information about 201. So this type of developing a procedure is called static one. I want to make it dynamic. Okay, so while calling only, if I need information of 201, I need 201. If I need information of 101, I can get information of 101. If I need information of 301, I should have 301 information. So I want to make this my SQL query dynamic. So while creating a procedure, and if you want to make your SQL query dynamic, what you can do, while creating procedure only, you have to create parameter. Okay, while creating procedure only, you need to create parameter, and that parameter should be here. So suppose I want to create a parameter with the name p car id. Okay, car id, this is a parameter that I want to create. Let C should be capital and I should be capital. So this is the parameter that I want to create. Okay, p car id, and what type of value that I want to pass into this parameter. So since these are the value are integer value which I want to pass, so I will give the type of parameter as int. Okay, so while creating a procedure only, what I will do, I will pass a value of parameter. I will define some parameter with the name car ID, and what the value I want to pass, I want to pass int value, and in place of 201 I will simply write @ p car ID. Okay, let me create it. Okay, now while calling this procedure I am passing a value of 301, so I am getting information of 301. By calling this procedure, let me pass 101 and I will have information of 101. So what is happening, we have created this SQL query, and this SQL query is stored into this procedure get car description, and this car description I have initiated or declared my parameter. Whenever you want to declare parameter, you need to declare with the @ and then you have to give the name of your parameter and what type of value you want to pass. So if you see here, I am passing 101, 201, 301. These type of value are integer value, so I have given the data type as int, and it should be enclosed within parenthesis. After procedure name, it should be within parenthesis, and these everything remains same as begin, and then you write your query. And while writing a query, what I have written in bare clause c dot car id is equal to @ p car id, parameter car id. So what I am trying to tell, that whenever I call this procedure, the value of this parameter should be same as the input that I will going to provide. So if I am passing 101, this procedure, this 101 will be going to pass here, and if I run this query, I will have same output 101 Mercedes-Benz luxury vehicle from German Automotive. Okay, now if I pass here 201, I have the information of BMW. Okay, because here it is passing 201. If I pass this value here and try to run this SQL query, I will have same output, 201 is there. So what is advantage of procedure comparative to view? That in procedure you can make your SQL query dynamic by creating initiating a parameter while creating a procedure. This act as a variable in database language or in Spark language or in data engineering language. We call it as a parameter.
One more thing, Dhruvan, this is the only way where we can give the parameter in the store procedure in the front of the table name or a procedure
This
name.
is one way. There are many ways
Okay.
that you can do,
Okay.
but this is the most common way that people are using, and like in our database team are using in IT we use, but there are different way by which you can write your SQL query.
So this is not the syntax actually. This is the way to write a parameter.
This is way of declaring a parameter.
Okay. Okay.
Correct. So if somebody asks you like what is the main difference between a store procedure and view, or sorry, a view or a CTE, the main difference is this only, that in view or in CTE, like you can store the SQL query, even you can store the same SQL query into view. While creating a view you can store, and you can call view as a table, similar to table, right? That we have seen it. Correct guys? Can you confirm guys? Yeah, Priyank, other people, Ayush. Okay, Pankaj, cool. Akshay, okay. So like we can call this, we can store this SQL query into view. You can call your view, right? Similar to if I just show you, like let's, so if I create some view, like create view v car description as, and you can put your query here, and you can create your view. Yeah, the view has been created, and you can read data. Select a star from view name, and we have same out. But what is happen in view, this value is hard coded. While calling a view, I cannot change the value of car id, but in procedure you can do so. You have privilege to do that. And this is a major difference between a view and a store procedure, that procedure you can parameterize it. Okay, let me comment all this. Now so let me write, yeah, view cannot be parameterized unlike procedure. So you can create procedure, first procedure that we have seen it, that was without parameter. You can do so, but even you can create a procedure with the parameter as well. Okay, now we don't want all this. Okay, now let's come back to the theory. Let's try to understand. So see, a store procedure is a SQL in SQL. A store procedure in a SQL is a group of SQL statement that are stored together in a database. So we have seen our SQL query we can store inside our database, inside a procedure. Based on a statement in the procedure and the parameter you pass, it can perform one or multiple DML operation in the database. So what is saying, based on a statement means SQL statement that we have stored inside procedure, and the value of the parameter that we are passing, it can perform multiple DML operations, okay, and return a value if any. If any means if there is any value, it will be going to return it. If there is no value, it won't going to return. So suppose where is that my procedure with the parameter? This is my procedure. Let me uncomment it. Let me pass the value of car CID. let me create it. So this is my procedure that I created it, and if I pass value 201, if any of the condition is matching, I am getting this value. But suppose I am passing 202 and then executing, there is no condition that matched here. 202 is not present, and that's why I am getting nothing. So in procedure, if there is some matching output, if there is some output that it will going to give, it will going to return output. If there is no output, it will going to return you nothing. Okay, so this is return a value if any. If any means if there is any value, it will going to return. If it is not, it will return nothing. Okay, and the same statement you can use multiple times. That's why it increase the reusability of the code. Now there is some advantage of using procedure. First, same thing, you can reuse your procedure multiple time. Suppose I'm using I need information of car 201. Okay, so here I can pass 201 and I will have information. Somebody need information of car information 203, so he can pass value of 203 and he can use it. But suppose somebody, while creating this SQL query or a procedure, they have created for me, since I need the information for 201, they have hard coded this value 201. I am able to use it because I need the information of car ID 201. I will able to use it. But suppose somebody else need information of 103, or you guys need information of 301. So same procedure you cannot use it because these are the hard coded value. Okay, only I can use it. So the reusability of the code is not there if you hard coded it. But if you parameterize it, you can reuse for the different scenario. Same apply, in a company we have a different department. Suppose HR department manager, they want to see the employee of HR department. So here they can pass HR and get the information of HR. Somebody from immigration department, they can pass immigration and they will get the information of immigration. So the store procedure are dynamic. They can, you can write SQL query, you can, pass some value of parameter, and you can use, for the different scenarios. Okay, so this is, first advantage. Second advantage is easy to modify. So if you want to, modify your store procedure, you don't have to do anything. You just simply write alter. You need to just write alter, everything remains same. If you want to change your code, change it and run it. Again you will able to create your procedure. So to modify a procedure, it's very easy. Okay, second thing, security. Okay, so how it maintains security? Suppose I have a table. Suppose where is that procedure? Let me scroll at the bottom here. Okay, here is the procedure. Here it is. Suppose we have a table, we have a table. The name of our table is car. These are two columns. Okay, car ID and car name. suppose I don't want to reveal name of the car to the users, data analytics team. I just want that they should have the car ID and the car description. They should not have the information about car name. The car name information is present in the car table. This is my parent table. I don't want that data analyst team, they should have information about car name. What I can do, while creating a procedure, I can remove this column. Okay, let me create my procedure. Now if somebody read it, they will have only information of car ID and car description. They will not have information about car name. A car name information is present in base table or a parent table. These are called base table or parent table. In what scenario these are used? These are used to maintain security of your data. So suppose you have a table with the name employee, and that table have salary column also. So management does not want that reporting team, they should able to see salary information. So they ask the database admin that you should not give access of this car table. Instead you create a procedure and give the access of the table, but don't include salary column into your procedure. You give access of procedure only. You don't give access of this base table. And this is how the security is maintained in the organization. You got it, guys? This is very important, that what I am explaining, this third point. Yeah, Pankaj, Ayush, Pooja. And you need to speak all this point in the interview. They will going to ask, they will going to check whether you have worked it or not. So I am giving you this information. Even 5 to 10 years of 5 to 8 years of experience people know this much knowledge. If you know this much of knowledge, you are good to go with at least 5 years of experience, and you will easily able to work. Also low network traffic. So what happened, like what is mean by low network traffic? So suppose I am while executing my this SQL procedure, what happened, this is my SSMS, this is the tool that I am using. This SSMS will going to interact with this SSMS. If I write anything and click on execute, it will going to send my code to my SQL server. Okay, and based on this code, it will going to give me some output. It will going to execute my query and give me output. So through SSMS I am sending some command to my SQL server. This is my database. Okay, so when I call my procedure, I just need to only provide the value of this parameter. This whole query is already stored inside this SQL server. I don't have to pass this whole query, or I don't have to pass this whole SQL statement. I just only need to pass the value of parameter. So the time taking for SSMS to pass the parameter, the value of parameters are very small. The time taking for the SSMS to pass the value of parameter is very small as compared to time taking to pass this SQL select statement. So suppose on my SQL server there are 5 members. I am working, Priyank is working, and Pooja is working. I am calling my procedure Priyank is sending this SQL query and Pooja is sending some SQL query. So the latency for them is more, as they want to send bigger SQL query as compared to me, because I'm just only passing the value of parameter. Okay, so my code will execute first. I will have output faster as compared to Priyank and Pooja. So that's why it's saying that latency network traffic is low for me, because I'm using processor, they are using SQL query. For them it is bigger, it is more. Also it will going to increase performance. How it will going to increase performance? Suppose I created my processor. First time I call my processor, it has given me some output. This is the output that I got it. SSMS knows that almost most of the query, 90% of query remains same. There will be no change in the query apart from just passing the value of parameter. So what it will do?
Be saved in cache memory, I guess.
Yes. So what SSMS will going to do? After first time when I call this procedure, it will see its execution pattern, and that execution pattern will be stored into its cache memory. So for the next time, that is second time, third time, fourth time you are calling your procedure, they know how to execute this query. They already everything is there, planned is everything there. They will just pass the value of this parameter and give you the output. So since MySQL server already know this how this SQL query will going to perform, from which table I need to get the data, what type of join that I need to provide, and all that. Based on that, already data is available on cache memory. You provide the value of parameter, it will going to filter out and give you the output. So what will happen? Whenever SSMS is sending this query, they don't have to go to the disk. Okay, so like how this happen? You fire some query through SSMS, it will go to MySQL memory. This memory will process and get data from disk, and then from disk data will come to memory, and again it will come to SSMS, and we are able to see the output. So we are sending query to memory, memory will process it, send it to the disk, it will go to disk, get the data into the memory and send it to SSMS, and we'll see the output. So this is how processing is happening. But since already the data is available in the memory cache, it does not have to go to the disk. From here only they will give you the output. And that's why procedures are faster or more performant as compared to simple SQL query. After second run, not on the first run, after second run. Got it, guys? Pooja, Sushil, other people, can you confirm it? Akshay, Ayush. Okay, so these two topics are very important. I try to cover it in detail. If you have any query related to all this, you have all notes and everything. You don't have to prepare notes, as well as you have query, you can simply practice it. Okay. Okay, anything that you guys want to ask. Otherwise, in the next class, we'll try to cover remaining topics, and then we'll take up top 50 SQL query that are asked in the interview, and we'll try to solve it. And after that, uh, we'll only left with some theoretical question, like what is normalization, denormalization, indexing, and some key, primary foreign key, identity key, composite key. We'll talk about data warehouse concept, but they are more of theoretical. From my end, I almost tried covered 90% of you know practical SQL query that will going to ask in your interview. Okay. One more thing topic has left, that is merge command in SQL, that will cover merge into, people call it merge into, but this is also important, you should know. If you have any questions related to views, procedure, CTE, you ask now. Okay, take 2 minutes of time. Things are here only. If you are not able to understand, please ask. Okay, so this is how we write query. Okay guys, silence, I take it as a no. In this month only SQL will going to end, we'll able to end it. Okay, so those guys, those who have already attended, let me stop.